I hear you on the track.
Shout out, this a baby.
CT, I hear you on the track.
Shout out, this a baby.
What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business, okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.
What up, my people? Welcome in. Mr. Sherman himself, Automation King.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I cannot complain, brother. Another beautiful day, man. It's been a long day for me, to be honest with you.
You and me both, man.
Right. So it's fine. I'm glad this is the last thing we get this out the way. But it's always fun to serve the people and talk to the people and help them.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here, man. But the kids back in school. Just a quick riff, real quick. The kids back in school. I've been getting up like 4 something in the morning, making sure little AJ, because everybody know he want to play basketball, right? I'm like, all right, well, if that's what you want to do, this is what it's gonna take. So we've been getting up 4 something in the morning every day. And man, before school, right? But good thing is he go to bed on time now. Like 9 o'clock, he in the bed.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's dedication.
It's killing me though. Yeah. I'm having to do this over again. I did this when I was in my man, and I got to do it again. But it's all right. It's all right. But anyway, other than that though, I guess I'll go introduce myself. I'm AJ Simmons. I'm founder of the Clean Biz Network. Some like to call me the Clean Business GOAT because I've helped people, tens of thousands of people all over the world, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, who knows? But got a lot of reach over here on this channel. We help people start, grow, and scale their cleaning companies. And I've just been here for many, many years now, helping people do what they need to do to get their business growing. So that's who I am. We got some help here.
What's going on? My name is Sherman Lewis. I am the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning Company, also the founder of Clean Success Academy and Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions. I am the person to talk to when it comes to systemizing your business and automating your business. And it's a pleasure to be here. Just absolutely honored and humbled to even be on the stage with the GOAT and with the guy that I'm about to introduce. So I'll carry it over. We got Tony Williams, the man, the myth, the legend. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, what's up, family? What's up? It's always good to be on the call with y'all, man. My name is Tony Williams. I'm a CBN veteran, former cleaning business owner, and now certified building service executive. And I'm always thrilled to jump on, answer some questions, and talk shop with y'all, man.
For sure. Welcome back. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah. It always he sounds important when he's driving and talking and stuff like that. He sounds real important. Like he making moves right now. What's going on,
man? Not important at all, man.
He get to the money. Get to the money. I know what that look like.
Yeah. So what's the title of this? What is it? So the title of this is what? Are you building systems or are you the system? So let's just jump right into that. So I'll start with Tony. You answer that. Well, we know you're in a different stage of your business journey right now. I don't know if that's ever been announced. I think you did announce it, but answer that question in reference to: are you building the systems or are you the system?
So right. I'm rebuilding. right now. You know, am I frozen?
No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry, I'm out here in these Polk County streets. So,
You're good.
no, so it's been actually a pretty cool experience, man. Building my system from the ground up to being inserted into a system that is already built and established, and being able to kind of see how that moves. Um, so it's been pretty cool to see like how everything works on a bigger scale. Like our company, you know, we were just under 1 million, and the company that, like, you know, I sold my company to is obviously much larger than what we were. And with almost 40 years in the industry, they have some really solid systems that they've put together. And in my role, you know, I run the Florida region, so the whole state of Florida is technically my territory, and it's continuing to build the system around my region. So we have the big system that we work in with the entire company, but then we also, you know, it's also kind of my task to kind of build out our system, our workflow, so that, you know, I'm not getting every phone call. You know, I'm not the one that has to wake up and, you know, same struggles minus the payroll headache. You know, you know, but it's really the same struggle. So we've been really, me and my operations manager, we've really been really trying to dial in our rhythm, you know, so that way, hey, when something goes wrong, what happens next? Like, yes, the company as a whole has a system, but in our area, like, what works best for us? So it's me and him both trying to get to the point where we're removing ourselves so that we're not bottlenecking. Like, if I got to receive every call, if I got to, you know, do every visit, if I got to do all that stuff, it makes it very difficult for our area to grow. And so we've really been, over the past few months, just really refining it, man. And it's really getting to a really sweet spot where it's like, okay, I'm not getting all the emergency calls anymore. You know, Jared's taking care of mostly everything, and our follow-up system, our tracking system, all that stuff is has gotten a lot more refined, so that, you know, now we kind of, you know, do inspections and make sure that our current customers are happy, and constantly trying to acquire. So still, even though I'm not the owner anymore, like, those systems, man, that we talk about all the time are still very important, because if I was still trying to do everything and be on every call and be in every meeting and all this stuff like that, like, yeah, okay, I might not be able to, it might not have an effect so much on whether or not the business as a total grows. But I'm the type of person, if I'm doing it, I'm taking ownership of my area. So I want my area to still be able to grow. And it's very similar to what I was doing and dealing with, you know, as a small business owner, and very similar to what a lot of the people that are watching this are doing. And I'm sure AJ can attest to that. You know, when he took over as the operations manager for JanPro, it was very similar. Like, even though, hey, I'm not the biggest dog, you know, in the kennel, you know, I'm not the one that has to worry about payroll and all that stuff like that. But if I stay too tied to the system, then my life is gone. Like, I don't have no time to do nothing. I don't have no time to work on the other stuff that I'm building, because I'm an entrepreneur still. So I'm always building. Like, there's always something next coming. So, you know, if I didn't have the correct system, you know, it might not necessarily be the business that's hurting from it, but my personal life and my kids and, you know, my free time and the things that I want to do just kind of disappear. So
You know
I know
what?
that was long-winded, but I just had so many thoughts running at the same time.
Yeah. But you were cooking though. If you don't mind, I'm gonna jump in real quick. I'm not driving today, but real quick though, because you said something that was key. I want to point out this, because we talking about systems today, right? And are you the system? Like, are you building systems, or are you the system? And clearly, you want the system. It wasn't just Tony, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to sell your company in the first place, right? So kind of hint on that, like, why systems are important in case you do want to exit, because Imagine this, y'all, real quick before he goes into it. If you don't have systems in place, and listen, things happen, and business is hard. But sometimes a bigger company can buy your company and pay you the same salary that you were getting or more than your company was paying you, and you walk away with a payoff on top of it. And so, but you can't do that if you don't have systems in place. Now, I'm not saying that's y'all goal. A lot of people big on we selling out. I get it. You know what I mean? But
it's an asset, bro.
Right? But I'm just saying it's levels to it, and there's a lot of variables in place. So just kind of talk about like why systems are important if somebody did want to make an exit and use that money to go flip it to something else.
Yeah, man. So like I said, if y'all been watching at all, y'all know I had a business partner. So for me and my business partner, right from the jump, we were very focused on trying to do things as if we were building our business to sell. Now we didn't do what I would have liked to do. Now in hindsight is build it backwards, because a lot of business experts, especially high level, they tell you to build your business backwards. Like, so from the day you want to sell, how much you want to sell, and then you build it backwards. We didn't do that. Like, we was just thugging it out, like grinding it out, and knew one day, we were going to want to sell it or something like that. So as far as systems and stuff like that, we tried to implement those early on, and it helped me a lot. It helped with me being in managerial roles and stuff like that with other companies and working within other systems. I was able to plug a lot of it in, so it wasn't as big of a hurdle for us as it is for some people that may be going in cold and had never had to work with an SOP, had never had to use an RMP guide to teach people how to do a job. Like, there's a lot of people that have no clue about that stuff. So thankfully, I was blessed to have that stuff in my mind. It wasn't refined, it wasn't perfect, but I still had something. Because what happens is with the systems, when it comes to selling, like AJ was saying, when it comes to selling, not having a solid system tanks your multiplier. So you could be doing well and making good money and stuff like that, have a decent profit margin, and on paper they can look at your business and be like, oh yeah, this solid. And then when they ask you what is your day to day, and you working a 60, 70 hour work week, like, now your business just came way less valuable. Because you don't have a system that supports you being gone or absent or having a lesser role in the business. So when it comes to those systems, yeah, you might not be able to hire a whole bunch of people, but one thing that AJ talks about a lot and Sherman is really good at, is finding a way to make a process that eliminates like your presence, if that makes any sense. So for me, it was like, okay, what can I put in place that can either eliminate or diminish like the necessity for my presence, that me personally as the owner, as the person whose name is on, Sunbiz or whatever like that, like what can I do to make my role like as small as possible? Because if somebody's buying your company, they already have a CEO, most of the time. They already have a COO, they already have a CFO, like, whatever it may be. And when you're a small business owner, like, you all of those most of the time, like, especially in the early stages. If you under $5 million, you probably don't have, that much of a C-suite. Like, is like those big decisions and big things that have to happen, a lot of that's just you. Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
You said C-suite. You saying you be trying to talk over people's head. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose.
No, I don't do it on purpose, bro.
I know what you're talking about. Make sure people know now.
So as far as a C-suite or executive suite, those are your CEOs, your COOs, your CFOs, your VPs and stuff like that. Those guys those people that help make those decisions on the company's behalf. Like, when you're smaller, like, most of the time, all of those decisions lie on you instead of a team. You might have things you delegate to certain people, but most of the time when you have executives on your team, like people that are getting paid well to make decisions, then you don't have to think about what kind of equipment you're going to buy. You don't have to think about
what's the budget. Like as the CEO, yes, you need to be, abreast of those things and know what's going on. But you're able to pay other people that have a stronger um expertise or acumen or whatever in those areas to be able to handle these things. But until then, you got to build a system. Like, hey, our thing was every Monday we reviewing all finances. We didn't have a CFO or nothing like that. It was me and Taylor rocking it out. So every Monday we review our finances and stuff like that. Like, so the systems is not always like who's performing the work. Like, it's not always who's going to get the client. Sometimes it's just, man, making sure your admin stuff stays in order so it don't get crazy. Because both of y'all, I'm sure y'all know that when that admin start getting away from you, like that can be like days worth of work to correct that you could have literally fixed with 5-10 minutes a day, a 30-minute meeting every week, like or whatever. So the systems are not just the service delivery, because I think a lot of times, just from talking to some of 1010 clients and stuff, I think a lot of times when people hear systems, they just think about how we're performing the work and how we're getting the clients. It's deeper than that. You got to have a system through everything within your business. How often are you reviewing contracts? Like, what's your system for that? Like, how often are you reevaluating, the performance? Like, as far as, is this account still a good fit? We bid this account at 5 hours a night, but for the past, 2 months, we've been running over labor because, they asked us to do a little something extra that we didn't necessarily write down. What's our system for making sure that kind of stuff doesn't, slip through the tracks? So the system involves everything. Like it's not just service delivery. And you might get the service delivery part taken care of, but you can become in another area. Like you can very easily become the bottleneck in another area. So, get out the way. Figure out how you can get out the way. Be intentional. Understand you're not going to ever just be fully removed. It's probably going to take a long, long time. AJ has been building CBN for what, 10 years, maybe more. But I guarantee you, he is not out of the way. Like, but he has a system where the business runs well, but he still knows what's going on. He still know how much money being spent. He still know if his cold callers are executing or not. He may not be the ones reviewing all the calls, but he has a system in place where Bell reviews the calls every such and such. If she sees any discrepancy, she go slap him up real quick. And if it keeps happening, then she bring AJ in and use the hand to catch him on the other side. So, like, it's just about building the system for you, your lifestyle, and the business. Like, it.
Uh-oh. It looked like he froze.
I'm done.
There you go. Yes. All right. Let me jump in real quick because I don't know if anybody else is actually paying attention at all, but damn. All right. So let me say I'm going to say right now, when I get to Florida, I'm kidnapping you and I'm talking to you all day long. Because, all day long, because the information that you have right now is, oh my God, I got so much stuff going in my head right now. So 1,000 questions, but I don't want to ask all of them right now because it's going to go over. We'll be here till tomorrow. But one thing I do want to ask, all right, for those that are out there that are contemplating, how long did it take you to get there? And, I don't like those questions because everybody is different. Everybody's journey is different. But my question is, coming from what you've built, right? From, the ground up, building your business and then selling your business. And then now you're right in there with a large multi-million-dollar company and you're seeing their systems and their processes and stuff like that. If you were to start your business all over again, which whether you are or you're not. I'm not gonna. I know I would just do another business all over again. You know, and I'm not gonna say too much. But what? God, I got so many questions. What? So what you see now?
This man trying to get me caught up online. That's crazy.
From what you see now in the business that you're in, to what you learned on your own, what's the number one thing you would do to get your business to that multi-million-dollar level that you didn't do before? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
And quicker, because he was right. He was already, you know what I mean, on the path, but it's more so quicker. I think we should add to the end of that.
Quicker. Very first thing that I would say is a lifestyle evaluation. I didn't do that. Like that's number one. Like for me, like that. If I were to start my business over again, if I start a new business, if I were coaching anybody on getting ready to start a business, like always like my building. Because like for us, we just started it, dude, and we was just trying to figure it out. And I feel like if I had taken a moment to like align the way we were building the business with the lifestyle that I wanted, like we could have made stuff happen like a lot quicker, because I would have known like, okay, this is kind of my path to go to achieve this lifestyle, like, you know, to be able to do things like this. Me personally, I probably wouldn't have hired employees at all, like as far as lifestyle things and being able to grow the business faster. I probably wouldn't have hired employees. I probably would have honestly subcontracted like really everything, man. Like until I got to the point where my cash flow was heavy enough. Like I don't think I even would have tried to hire employees, and for that reason only, like only that reason. So like for cash flow purposes, I probably wouldn't have hired any employees. I probably would have tried to subcontract as much as I did. We did have employees. Like at one point, I think our highest point we had like 40 employees, and we paid every week. So when stuff starts happening, things going wrong, contracts coming late. Like one thing that none of my people that's ever worked for Impact can say is that they missed a paycheck. Now I've had, I think twice, where I forgot to put the thing in and they got paid a day later, because I always paid on Thursdays. So there are times that, I've had the emergency sending out all the texts, yo, hey, your check coming, but it's gonna hit tomorrow instead of today. Like, but you are getting paid. Like you are getting paid. Like, and I've had some people where I've had to cancel the thing and go pull money out the bank and take them their money, because they like, no, like I need that money today. Like I had something that was hitting today. And so like as a business owner, man, you take care of your people and you do that. Like, and there were a lot of times when everybody else was getting paid that I didn't, that I wasn't getting paid. But I feel like having subcontractors primarily or only really would have kept me in a place where I could have continued to do those business growth functions. So if I would have had a bunch of subcontractors, or I would have focused on that earlier, hey, y'all get paid when we get paid, once a month, whatever it is. And then I just go out and close business, because Jason Lee, he actually said this to me as I started to grow my business. He was like, Tone, operations and sales, you got to pick one or the other. He's like, when you start growing, like you are not going to be able to wear both of those hats. He said, because when you're doing sales and operations, when you out selling, like your operational mind is thinking about, hey, we at capacity or something like that, or how am I going to cover this or whatever, like all these things. So it's not just a pure sale, because you're also thinking about all this other stuff that's going on. And then also with sales, if I'm headed to a walkthrough and building B go up in flames, not literally, but as far as the crew and what's going on, like I'm naturally going to protect money that I already got. like instead of going to the sales call. And that's not always the best thing because the sales call could be something that busts something wide open for me, but because Joe Blow and Susie Q missed out, on taking out the trash and cleaning the bathroom properly, now even if I'm not going physically, like it's on my mind that like this has to be taken care of. Like I gotta figure this out. Maybe I gotta stop, call somebody, like whatever it is. So that would be number two. Like, and then number three, I would have my bread up, man. Like, if I started another business, like, I know that the grind and the hustle culture is so in right now. Like, man, just grind this out. Like, the grind don't stop and stuff. Bro, I'm over that. Like, I've been in the workforce since I was like 13 years old, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody around me worked hard, man. My granddad just passed a couple weeks ago, and like one thing that like I learned from him hands down was work ethic. But I can like legit put my hand up and say I have never worked at any job at any capacity where there was even one person in the building that outworked me. Not one job I've ever had. Like, cause I prided myself on that. And so it was just like that grind, like I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna rub these two nipples together, and we're gonna make some magic because I ain't got a lot of money, but like ain't nobody finna outwork me. And you get stuck there. Like you get stuck thinking that's the only way. But then when I see other people, hey, they done went and got, a loan, their credit was straight or whatever, and they was able to bring those people in or get the proper equipment to help make the job run smoother or do these different things like that. Like, bro, with the knowledge that I had even then, if I just had a little bit more money, bro, like I probably could have got to 3 to 5 million very quickly. Very quickly. Like just with the knowledge and stuff I had. It was just, based on my personal decisions prior. Like I wasn't able to get any type of funding, like all that stuff. So everything we did was straight off of sweat. Like it was all sweat. I didn't even have all I had like legit, like y'all done heard my story before, but I legit had my last paycheck when I started the business. That was it, bro. Like that was it. When I went full time, all I had was my last paycheck. I had zero money in savings. Like I had zero help from anybody else. When we very first started the business, my business partner, how he became my business partner, is I asked him for a loan, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you want a loan or a partner?" And like knowing us, I'm like, "Bro, if you down for it, like, cause I didn't think he would want to do it. Like I didn't think he would be down for a cleaning business." But as soon as he said that, I'm like, yeah, 100%. And so instead of that being a loan, we just considered that the beginning of our partnership. But outside of that, man, we weren't able to get no money from the bank, like, stuff like that. It was just straight up grind. And, when you get a customer that's paying you $30,000, $40,000 a month, and they're 2 or 3 months late, bro, like, you got to get real creative, bro. Like, you got to figure out how to make that money, bro. Like, I was cleaning so many carpets, going and cleaning houses when I felt like I was past that, going to do it just so I could make payroll, just so I could make sure that, I paid the people that did the work for us. Like, not necessarily so I could eat or nothing like that. It was literally just like, okay, hey, we like $2,000 short on payroll $7,000. We only got 5. Like within the next 2 or 3 days, I need to figure out how to make $2,000. And bro, I always did. That's why when people say, "Oh, I can't figure out how to make no money," that's cap. Like when it's time to make it, like you can make it. But yeah, bro. So first would have been lifestyle. Second would have been probably would have stayed with the subcontractor model from the beginning. And third would have been like being able to position myself to be able to get some capital after we started making money.
Yeah. My head is
don't hey people, when y'all hear me say capital, don't think that you just started your business last week and now I'm trying to find grants and loans and all that stuff. No, man, wait till you making money. AJ done said this 1,000 times. Wait until you're making money. Wait till you know how much money you're gonna make. Wait till you can almost predict your money. Like, and then when you predict your money and it's still a little short, that's when you go and get the other money. Like, but if you ain't making no money in the bank like say, hey, yeah, yo, you got good credit and you've been awesome. Like, we're gonna give you this $100,000. And then now you don't know how to make money in your business and you don't know who to hire or what to pay for. And now you got this $100,000 that you just gonna be spending
Yeah. Yeah.
with no plan of getting it back. You know, we
No
had a plan
knowledge, no
for like
education.
we put a loan in for $100,000 and we really only needed, like, I think at the time it was like $20,000, but we already had our plan before we even put the loan in on exactly how that loan was getting paid back. You know what I'm saying? We already knew
Yeah.
before they even denied us, which ultimately they did. But before that even happened, we already knew exactly how we was gonna pay it back, when it was gonna be paid back, and all this stuff like that. But when you just starting off, how you gonna know that? So yeah, my bad, y'all. I've been taking this whole thing up, but
No, dog. Go, keep going. Keep going. Shit, I'm sitting here as if I'm in the audience, man. Good Lord.
You cooking, Tony? You cooking?
Yeah, I got you. When you getting into town?
oh, man, whenever, bro.
All right, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Good Lord, I got so many thoughts.
You know I'm accessible, big dog.
I know. Facts. All right, so I was supposed to be running this show. I'm like lost right now. All right, so we have a lot of comments in here, but I mean, I don't even think we really need to go to the comments just yet. I think there's so much information. What I will say is this: this is the 1010 program, but all the information that Tony was just sharing is information that you're going to need to get your business to where you want it to go. So the best way to do it is to get yourself a mentor, a coach, consultant, or whatever. And the 1010 program is where you get that. But if not, you need to go to your computer, go to your phone, go to cbnconference.com. Go to cbnconference.com. Unless I've already gotten him, Tony is going to be there, right? You can talk to Tony. He's real. He's right there. He's not one of those people. He's a big dog, but he's not one of those people that acts like it. AJ is a big dog, but they don't act like it. People are in the room, are accessible. If you get in the room, I promise you, you're going to come away with some type of knowledge, some type of education, some type of networking connection that you've fostered that's going to help take your business to the next level. So go to the CBN conference, go to cbnconference.com, get your tickets now. Go ahead and say something. Gosh.
Did my horn work? I told you I can never hear it. Okay, but I was trying to make sure. All right, but first off, shout out to my guy checking in with the super chat. Mr. Brandon Orr himself.
Beat up.
For sure. Man, Tone cooking. Listen, I don't have to say anything. At this point, I'm just like, see?
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, we doing good stuff out here.
Can I say something else, man? Like, are you about to roll? Because I just got a lot. It's been a day, man. Like, so this is therapy. For me.
It is.
But seriously, man, if you're out there and you're just getting your business started, like you're just growing your business, you're thinking about joining the Clean Biz Network or thinking about starting a business, and I'm telling you right now, like one of the major plays is showing up. Like right now, man, I know I see a lot of familiar names on every live that we do. But come get your face in person. Like, I've always been kind of one of those persons where I'm a fly on the wall. AJ talks about it, like how he didn't even know that I was in CBN, until we met in person. Hold on, y'all, my girl's about to get in the car. But he didn't even know I was in CBN until we met in person, because I'm the type of person that I sit back and I watch and I pay attention. Hey, baby. Hello. I'm sorry. Hold on real quick.
And I'll piggyback on them depending on how much time I have you back. Here we go.
Yeah. But one of the things for me that was like the biggest game changer that I can think of that kind of was the turning point in our business was my first conference. It was the first time that I was able to get in the room with other cleaning business owners, other people that were just as passionate about doing what I do. Like, if y'all know, as far as being an entrepreneur, you have so many different struggles in the beginning. Like the very first struggle is you get that entrepreneur syndrome where you feel like everybody need to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to do this. Nobody don't need to have a job. Everybody need to quit and all this stuff like that. So, your friends and stuff that aren't entrepreneurs and stuff, they get tired of hearing stuff like that. They get tired of you talking about different things like that. And then to go into a room where everybody is an entrepreneur, and not only are they entrepreneurs, but they're literally just as passionate about like what I'm doing and the journey that I'm on as I am. And so they don't care to talk about nothing else. Like people be like, hey bro, let's stop talking shop for a bit. That always blows my mind, bro. Like when I'm in a business setting and I'm with somebody and we all talking about getting money and doing things like this, like it legitimately blows my mind when people be like, all right, bro, no talking shop for right now. Like what you mean? Like like what you mean? This is we're building always. So like if I'm sitting here and we're able to have a good conversation, like cool. Like that's what I enjoy. Like that's what I would prefer, to talk about how to fix some of the problems that I have. Like, the journey that you've been on, that you're doggone 3 miles ahead of me. Like, and I can sit here right now and you tell me, what to avoid, what to skip. Hey bro, like let's cut that 3 miles down to 2, because if you take a right here, like then you can just short up to that way and then get back on like stuff like the CBN conference, man, is so critical for y'all to pull up, because there's going to be not only people that are in front of you, but there's also going to be people that may not be where you're at yet. You may have started your LLC already, but it may be somebody, because there's always somebody that shows up to the conference that has not started their business yet. They've been watching these videos and they're thinking about jumping. You might have jumped 2 months ago, and you having that conversation with that person that's still thinking about jumping, like that might change the game for them. That might be something that, boom, elevates them to go ahead and say, man, if they did it and we was making the same amount of money at our day job, oh, we did the same type of work, oh, you was an esthetician too, like whatever, like, it can encourage them. And one thing that I get fuel from is when I encourage somebody and I can see that I've encouraged them, it's like it almost is like helium in my balloon. Like, it feels good to me to know that, hey, I actually said something that was able to legitimately help somebody. Not just to talk and feel important and to hear myself and stuff like that and to look like the big dog or whatever. No, man, like I was actually able to for instance, me and Sherman, like we met at CBN like a couple months.
Oh, it looked like Tone froze.
Yeah.
That he was actually able to help me through, walk me through. And that relationship came from being at a conference, meeting somebody face to face, working with somebody, like, something like that. It's not always business. Sometimes some of those people that you're going to meet are just further ahead in life than you are, not just business. Like sometimes they just further ahead in life than you are. And one little thing that they can say can be like, dang, bro, I didn't even think about that. So I'm gonna show up, man. Y'all pull up, man. Don't sleep on this conference, y'all.
I can't help myself. I fought back for so long, but you've been cooking so long, Tone. I was like, damn, that was good. And I'm doing my best, but that one right there, that's it though. You said sometimes people are further ahead in life than you are. Let me tell you something about that. Yes, coach, right? I mentor this and all. Sherman, shout out to Sherman, Automation's king, and he looks to me for business advice, right? But when it comes to life, who y'all think I'm looking to? He done this longer than me. Now, I might have done this part longer than him, but he done life longer than me. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things Tone got that I haven't done. I'm looking, and that's why you got to get in them rooms. And just like Tone was talking about earlier about, like, these are real friendships. And we supposed to be talking about 1010program.com if you want us to be your one-on-one mentor. But we keep sprinkling that CBN conference in because that's really what it is. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. That's how we all really connect and get that real energy. These are my real friends in real life because of the conferences. I'm not gonna lie. I met Tone at another conference at I said because that's my dog, Cleaning Cocktails, when they had their conference. Shout out to Ricky. And then I met who else I meet? I think everybody else so far that's like that I can say is my friend came through CBN conference. You know what I mean? But outside of that, it's like we actually friends in real life, and that's what you can get. Matter of fact, y'all just seen my guy Rollins, Derek Rollins. Shout out to him. His interview just uploaded out of Carolina. Real friendships, real business connections, people from, you know what I mean, where you're at and all over. And y'all can do business even from different states. You know what I mean? Shout out to Denisha. Multiple different people. She done business with big banks and Derek Rollins. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what this is about, y'all. So hold on. Should I change the banner right quick just because y'all keep going back to it? We really supposed to be talking 1010 because really they don't realize that 1010 about to go back up.
Mm-hmm.
The setup fee right now is only.
No, forget that, AJ. Y'all pull up. Pull up.
There you go.
Hey,
yes.
let me go see for
Pull up.
Hold on.
Pull up to the conference, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm setting up now. My bad.
Hey,
My bad.
Can I correct something that I said?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yes,
So
sir.
I don't want to misconception because like I said, today been a day, and one of my best friends checked me on this today. Like literally a couple hours ago. Man, time and stuff is what you make it. So I said further in life and further in business, someone that may have done or obtained something that you aspire to do or be or whatever is what I meant by that. Yes, more experience. Yeah. Because like my thing is, bro, like just full transparency, man. I go through those moments where it's like I feel like I should be further ahead than I am. Like, you know, and I guarantee you almost every like person, but I know every real man that has a family and real responsibilities, I know that every real man has gone through that. It's like, bro, I should be doing more for them. You know, I should be able to provide more. You can be a millionaire, but like after you hit that, it's like you hit it and you get to that point, then it's like, I can be doing more. Like, you know, and bro, I'm gonna be 40 in a couple years. You know, so like me, my brain is just going like, dang, 40, I'm supposed to be doing this and doing that and blah blah blah. My boy, he just started laughing and he's like, bro, like time is fake, bro. Like he said, time is like whatever you make it, bro. He said we all out here moving at our own speed. He said just as long as you're actually showing up and giving effort and doing the things that come your way, overcoming the obstacles that get thrown at you and all that stuff. He say as long as you're doing that, you're running your race. So looking at somebody else, you know, I don't know if anybody ever ran track, but in track they always tell you, and you see it now with social media, they break this rule all the time. In track they always tell you don't look, you know, to the person to your side or don't try to look behind you or nothing like that. Like, don't do that because at that point, as soon as you stop running your race, the moment, it can be a split second, but for that split second, you are not running your race. So I just wanted to clear that up, that I didn't mean like people being further ahead than you, that like somebody like, no, hey, somebody's been doing this longer than I have. They have more experience at this particular thing. And so it would be wise of me to seek out their wisdom. And so like when me and AJ talk about life, man, Sherm, he the big dog when it comes to that in our group. You know, he's been around. He has way more,
life experience. There's things that he's gone through already that we haven't encountered yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't even thought about those things, like, as far as this can be an issue. I sat and talked with my mentor, who is 85 years old. I sat and talked with him and his wife for 6 hours yesterday. 6 hours. And most of that time, listening.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people around us that have more experiences. Man, they've just done things that, like, we didn't even think that, hey, this was a possibility, or this is something that I'm going to need to do, or this is something that I'm going to need to think about. That's why coaches, mentors, having a peer group that's diverse, is so important. And that's why CBN, the 1010 program, and pulling up to that conference is absolutely mandatory if you're trying to grow your business.
It didn't go that time, AJ, but that's okay. There it is. I'll say this real quick. I think you said something that was just, it resonated with me about listening, and kind of just listening and taking in the wisdom, the journey that people have already done or have taken that can help you expedite your process. And a lot of times we want to sit there, we want to tell our story, we want to say what's going on with us and how we feel and all this other stuff. But listening is very, very important. And the only way to listen is to be silent, right? We want to talk. The only way to listen is to be silent. Get yourself a piece of paper, write the word listen down. Then write the word silent down. I promise you it's the same letters.
I love that.
I love that.
As soon as you said it, bro, I knew where it was going, and I've
Never heard that in my life. I love that
Really?
so much.
That's because I'm of a seasoned age, so I've had an
There
experience.
you go. Look, and I've heard a lot of phrases in my day now. You got me with that one too.
Yeah, you got me with that one. Like,
But yeah, man, like people can't discount that, man. Like one of the things, man, that I feel has helped me, and I can see it like in you guys, like AJ, I know I can just tell by your vibe. When you were younger, and probably even now,
people probably tell you, "Oh, you got an old soul.
oh, you seem so much older than
You are." And y'all know where that comes from, though. That comes from us listening, bro.
Mhm.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it comes from us listening. Like when I was little, like hey, you can't sit around when the grown ups talking and stuff like that. You better not look at nobody's lips when they talking either. Oh, you in my mouth? Like
You know how that used to be. And
he go looking right in my mouth when I'm talking. Like y'all know how that go. But I think in a lot of ways that scared a lot of us away from sitting around the older people when they. And I'm not saying, hey, come sit over here. But man, when them older people used to be talking, like my grandparents, great grandparents, bro, I used to be sitting there like, I loved hearing those stories. I loved hearing about where we came from. I loved hearing about, the things that they were able to overcome. I loved hearing about, how they figured certain things out. And so that allowed me to just approach life differently, bro. Like from a very young age, it allowed me to be able to
navigate situations that some of my peers wouldn't be able to, because they always wanted to talk and say their opinion and how they felt and all this stuff like that. With me, like I got an uncle right now. He always tells me when I come up, Tony, I love when you pull up. He was like, cause he just smile. He's like, you just such a good listener. Like you just such a good listener. Because man, like people skip that part. People skip that part. Like you gotta listen, man. Like you gotta listen. There's people that know more than you, and like my mom always say, sometimes you just gotta eat the meat. Here, baby girl. Sissy, you gotta wake up, mama. You gotta wake up. But like my mom always used to say, sometimes you gotta eat the meat and spit out the bones. Like we've all been in those situations Where some people, they just talk, and you be sitting there like, okay, bro, cool. You know what I'm saying? So you figure out what works and what's nutritious and stuff like that, and everything else. Spit that junk out, keep it moving.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and this is a situation. Again, I gotta bring it back, man, because I'm excited. Like, I'm excited. I always get excited about it. But this is one of those situations, man. You're gonna have plenty of time to talk, listen, share, learn, all that stuff like that at the conference, man. Like, the people that are gonna be hitting the stage, the panelists that are gonna be, doing stuff, they got so much game to give you, and I can almost guarantee, without a doubt, unless AJ throwing some ringers in there that we don't know about, like every single person that's going to be dropping knowledge is going to be willing to talk, if you're willing to listen. Once the session or once they get off that stage or whatever, once we're hanging out, like whatever it is, I can guarantee you that there's not really going to be anybody in that room that is unwilling to dump on you. So pull up.
Hit a button. Oh, I gotta hit. Let me hit the button. Where the button? Where the other button? I want that. All right, yeah, there we go.
Sissy, you got to get up.
I'm speechless, man. I am speechless. I'll say this.
Get up.
I'll say this. Just like Tony said, just like AJ said, you got to be in the room at the CBN conference. Every year I went to the conference, my revenue went up because my knowledge went up. And when your knowledge and your knowledge goes up, and you know what to look out for, what to do, what to prepare for, what systems or whatever to create, you're able to elevate and transition your business to another level. But if you don't know that, how are you going to learn it? You're going to end up paying somebody for a course that probably isn't a good course. Then you're going to pay somebody for a consultation that don't know what the hell they're talking about. But if you come to this room where everybody in there has something to share, you are going to jump from this point to that point a lot faster than a lot of us did, because we didn't have that knowledge in the beginning. Knowledge is key, and the knowledge is in the room at the CBN conference. But if you can't get to the CBN conference, once again, you can go to 1010program.com and get you your own personal coach to coach you from beginning to end. Well, not end, but from beginning to whatever you're trying to go to for your business. But get to the CBN conference, go to the get into the 1010 program, whatever you need to do to educate yourself to take it to the next level. That's what you do. Invest in yourself, in your business, in your dreams, in your goals. There you go.
One button.
Hey, keyword: invest.
Invest. Yes.
That's the key word. That's the key. Oh, I don't have enough. I can't make that sacrifice. No, this is investment. You want your business to grow, man? Go ahead and make that investment. Like, it's an investment.
That's it. I think that's the perfect way to close us out. And we right on the dot. And y'all heard my alarm go off, trying to make sure I stay on schedule. That's about them systems, though. That's some systems in place. It's like next one.
Hey, AJ, you gotta have that system, because once it hit 5 o'clock, we liable to just keep it rolling.
You know how he is. You know how he is. And if you want for So I tell you what, though, too. Then I'm ready to chill, because I know that y'all ain't watching that Versus tonight. See, I'm
working on the automation.
Okay, excuse me, big dog. Excuse me. So for me, I'm chilling. I done done this shit too long. I'm over. And then I love R&B. I'm definitely tuned into the Versus. So I'm ready to go ahead and get myself together and go chill somewhere. But if you're not if you ain't doing what I'm doing, if you're not in the same situation that I'm in, you should be doing what Sherman doing. You know what I mean? You be doing what Tony doing. I don't know what Tony doing, but regardless, either way, do what you know what you need to do. How about that? Let's put it that way. Do what you know you need to do. Most of y'all need to come up to the CBN conference. A lot of y'all need to join that 1010 program. And a lot of y'all probably, no, not a lot. Some of y'all at the point where y'all chilling tonight too. I'm going to be chilling tonight and I'm watching that Versus. But the rest of y'all, you go do what you need to do. All right? I did what I need to do all day. I woke up for something this morning. I'm chilling now. But for you, you do what you need to do. That's all I got. I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Business Network. They called me to Clean the Business GOAT. I'm just impressed and amazed and grateful and thankful. I got these beautiful, wonderful people here to help me help y'all. You know what I mean? Like after a while, I realized I need some help. Bring some help through here, and we got some good people coming on through here. You know what I mean? So make sure you do what you need to do. I'm out here. Thank y'all so much.
Peace. I'm Tony Williams. Love y'all. Catch y'all at the conference.
All right. Take care, Tony. Hey, everybody, I'm Sherman Lewis. I will be at the conference. I'm also, in addition to AJ and Tony, one of the 10-10 coaches. We're sorry we didn't get to the comments today. We were just cooking. Everybody, especially Tony, was cooking. So I think the information was more important. But definitely catch us on the next live. And catch us on the next live. And we will see you next time. You guys be blessed.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard.